so in this video we're simplifying surds again. This time I'm trying to take it up a notch. I'm trying to make it just a little more difficult. You might need to take a couple of steps with some of these simplifying of surds things. Let's take a look at our first question here. The square root of 72. Now, how can I break that up in a way that one of the things that I break it up into will be one of these numbers? I'm not sure. I'm having a bit of a mental blank. I can't think of how I would do it. Calculator. I have a calculator here. Why don't I use it? Now, the easiest way to test this is to say 72 divided by 4. Does that work? Okay, it works. Now, 72 divided by 4 is 18. Now, I'll just write this over here in the corner. 72 divided by 4 is equal to 18. Now, if that's true, then that means that 4 times 18 is equal to 72. You should be able to see how I've reversed that. 4 times 18 is equal to 72. So if you want to test something, just put it into your calculator, try dividing it by 4, dividing it by 9, dividing it by 16, see what happens. Okay. We're really not done with this question though, it gets a little more complicated. Now, that means that square root of 72 can be broken up into 4 times 18. Okay, and you should know from the last video that we can take that 4, because it's a square number, and we can move it outside here. So we'll end up with, when the 4 moves out, it becomes a square root, which is 2. So 2 root 18. Now a lot of people are going to fall into the trap here of stopping, but we're not finished yet. We've only partially simplified this surd. Now if you look at 18, you should be able to see that you can break up 18 even further. 2 root, you can break up 18 into 2 and 9, or 9 and 2. Okay, now when I do that, that means I can take this 9, which is one of our square numbers, and move it outside here. Now when I move it outside, it's going to become a 3. But that means that it's going to be 2 times 3. So the 2 is already there. When the 3 comes to the party, you've got to multiply them together. And what's going to be left over is whatever's left in the square root 2. Now I can just finish that off. 2 times 3 is 6. So we end up with 6 root 2. Quite a complicated surd question, but if you work through it slowly, you shouldn't have too much trouble with it. Let's take a look at another one here. The square root of 180. Now let me just get my calculator out. Now again, I'm going to test some of these numbers and see how we go. Square root of 180. What will I do? Okay, so I'll do 180. Let's try dividing 180 by 4. Okay, 180 divided by 4. That works again. So we've got lucky first time around. So 180 divided by 4 is 45, which means that 4 times 45 is equal to 180. Now, we can take that 4, move it outside, and when we move the 4 outside, it becomes a 2. And we end up with 2 root 45. Now, a lot of people are going to stop here and think that they've finished, but 45 can be broken up further. Let's see what I can do with 45. What if I did 45 divided by 4? Okay, that gives me a decimal answer, so 4 won't work. What about if I did 45 divided by 9, which is my second square? Okay, 45 divided by 9, that works. We end up with, should keep using the same colour pen, we end up with 2 root 9 times 5. So you can see that 9 and 9 times 5 is equal to 45. Now 9's a square root, so we can move that 9 out to here, and we'll end up with it's going to be a 3. So again, it's going to be 2 times 3 root 5. Now 2 times 3 is 6. We end up with 6 root 5. Now this last one here, I've just put it in so you can see that sometimes you have to work a little bit to get this. Now 147, I don't know which of these is going to fit into 147. Maybe none of them do. Let's try it out. 147 divided by 4. That doesn't work. It gives me a decimal answer. If it gives you a decimal answer, forget it, it doesn't work. But what about 147 divided by 9? No, decimal answer, that's no good. What about 16? 147 divided by 16? No, no good. 147 divided by 25? That's no good either. 147 divided by 36? No good. 147 divided by 49? Okay, now we've got it. 147 divided by 49 is equal to 3. That means that this can be broken up into 49 times 3. So if you don't get it the first go around, make sure you work through all your options. Okay, so take this 49, move it outside. The square root of 49 is 7, so 7 comes out. 7 root 3. Okay, that's simplifying surds. That's about as complicated as simplifying surds is going to get for us for now. Make sure you practice them heaps, make sure you don't give up on them, and also make sure that you check it at each stage and see if you can simplify it any further. You don't want to stop halfway through these.